to start is good, right?
Perfect.
Okay, good. Oh, shalom. So happy to see you. I'm good. So today, Be'ezrat Hashem, we will learn about very important topic. It's basically we're trying to learn Be'ezrat Hashem all the terms of basar b'chalav, and it's not just basar b'chalav. It's called isur ve'eter. All the things where when we are going to talk about like mixing and all other situations that happen with things that they are not kosher with kosher things. This is now the time to understand where 160 came from. Once, not all the time it's 160, but we will see today, and we will learn the terms. There's those terms important for ilchot shchita, for the slaughtering, for ilchot basar b'chalav, for ilchot doesn't matter what. All the halachot of something kosher with non-kosher that happens something is these terms. So first of all, we will start with something that's called ta'am ke'ikar. It means that the taste of something is like you ate the thing itself, not according to everyone. So I will explain this. I will explain where is the sources from the Torah, how it starts, and this will be our first subject. So the first thing we need to know is, we learned in the last shiurim, for example, that what is a kosher fish and what is not a kosher fish. So if you have a scales, if the fish has a scales, so it's kosher, right? If a fish do not have a scales, right? I don't hear it. But now what we're trying to learn is, if, let's say, I took a shrimps. We know shrimps is not kosher. They don't have fins and scales. Now, I took the shrimp and I cooked it with, I don't know, with rice, just for example. Now, I don't want to eat the shrimps themselves. I know the shrimp is not kosher, but I want to eat the rice. So does the rice is not kosher, or if it's not kosher the oraita, or it's just the Rabbanan, like if it's a fence, or it's something that the Torah said we're not allowed. Okay, I'm eating the rice. The rice have a taste of a shrimp because it was cooked together. And now the question is, if according to the Torah I am allowed or not, or if it's a fence, or what is the halachot about that? And from that we will continue another step. So first of all, everyone understood me about what we are talking? Good, correct, right? Good. So the Torah said, I will read you the psukim. The Torah said, וידבר השם אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם, איש או אישה כי יפריד לנדור נדר נזיר להזיר להשם. The Torah talks about a person that he is a nazir. A nazir is a person that put on himself that he will not eat and drink wine and everything that has a connection to wine. And the pasuk said, מיין ושחר יסדיר, חומץ יין וחומץ שחר לא ישתה, וכל משרת ענבים לא ישתה, וענבים לחים ויבשים לא יאכל. So the pasuk said that this nazir not allowed to eat grapes, he's not allowed to drink wine, not allowed to drink grape juice, and also if he soaked grapes in a water or raisin in a water, he's not allowed to drink the water. Okay, even though he is not eating the grapes itself, for this guy, what is forbidden deoraita is to eat grapes or wine or everything that have to do with that. Now he don't want to eat the wine itself. He just had water and inside was soaked grapes. He just want to drink the water. The Torah said, "V'chol mishrat anavim lo yishte." Even water that was soaked that you had grapes soaked inside, is not allowed to drink. Okay, this is pasuk in Sefer Bamidbar. Okay. Oh, now I learned how I can see you. Now I'm okay. I am so bad with phones and stuff. I just touched this and I realized I can see everyone. Before I didn't know. Oh, okay. Shalom, shalom. So now, first of all, we brought the source where the Torah itself talks about that. So the Torah, like I told you, the word kosher and not kosher, it's a new thing. Here the Torah talks about something similar, is a Nazir, a person that's not allowed to eat grapes. And here the Torah said clearly that also the water that inside was soaked grapes inside is also not allowed to eat that. Okay? Now comes the Gemara in Masechet Psachim, like the oral law. The Gemara talks about that. And the Gemara said like that, Detanya, Mishrat litem tam keikar, שאם שרה ענבים במים, ויש בהם טעם יין, חייב. מכאן אתה דן לכל התורה כולה. The Gemara said like that. The Gemara said, the Braita said, Braita is a kind of Mishnah, we talked about it. From this subject of a Nazir, of Mishrat, the Braita said, we are learning from all the Torah Kula. We learn from this case where the writing Torah said clearly that if a person not allowed to eat grapes, if he soaked the grapes in water, he's not allowed to drink the water. We're learning from the whole thing, okay? We're learning from for basar bechalav, for meat and dairy. We're learning for kosher meat with non-kosher meat. We're learning for I don't know orla, something that you didn't do maasrot. For all, you know, in the Torah we had many kinds of things that we're not allowed to eat. So if you mix and it's like the Nazir with the grapes in the water, the din, the law will be the same. Okay? So here I just will tell you that there is an argument. It's not clear, not everyone agree that it's considered the Oraita. Okay, now I will teach you another term. There is something called drasha. Okay, sometimes the Gemara, the oral law, they bring in a pasuk, they bring in a source from the Torah, from the writing Torah, and they are saying that from this pasuk, from this source, you learn something. Okay, I think one of you open is I don't know. I hear someone. Oh, Polak. So here there is an argument. Some understood. So I told you where we brought it from. That the pasuk talked about Nazir, and we want to learn from that all the things that are not kosher, if you have a taste of it, you're not allowed. So some understood. This is what the Gaon Mivilna he said that this is drasha gemura, meaning when the Gemara here said that we are learning from the Nazir to all kosher and not kosher things for all the Torah kula, it's a real drasha, meaning we're really understanding that this is what the Torah means, and it means that if somebody will eat, according to the Gra, if somebody will take, like I give just example, if a person ate the rice that was cooked with the shrimps, and he got the taste of the shrimp, even though he didn't eat the shrimps itself, the Gra understood that it's a real deoraita. It's not a fence, it's deoraita. But some disagree about that. Everyone agreed that it's not kosher. The question is if it's deoraita or derabanan. Like I said, many understood that it's a real deoraita, and the difference will be for doubts and, like we said, and you know, for like you know from last shiurim, that we all the time have a difference between deoraita and derabanan. It doesn't make a difference to eat it because we're not allowed to eat both. If the Torah said we're not allowed, we don't eat it. And also if Chazal put a fence, our stages put a fence, we also don't eat. But for cases of doubt and double doubt and all what we learned, there is a difference. Now I'll bring you. We will learn another few sources of what we are doing in a case of mixing. First of all, we know for sure that if there is a taste, we're not allowed. And according to some, it's deoraita. If a person had the taste of the non-kosher thing inside the kosher thing he is eating, it's become not kosher. Now there is another Gemara. The Gemara in Masechet Zvachim Ayin Tet Amud Aleph, the Gemara said like that. Amar Rava, Amur Rabbanan Beta'ama ve'Amur Rabbanan Beruba. And I will skip min b'she'eno mino beta'ama, min b'mino beruba. Now the Gemara explained like that. Rava said that there is a difference if you have a mixture. So I think this is also a term, so it will be good if we will know it. Min b'mino, it means when you have the same taste, the same thing. For example, you have a piece of a cow. A cow can be kosher and can be not kosher, right? You have a piece of a kosher cow. Sorry, you have few pieces of a kosher cow and you have a piece of a not kosher cow. It's mixed together. Okay? This is called min b'mino. It's the same thing, just some are kosher and some are not kosher. And there is min b'she'eno mino. Min b'she'eno mino means when there are two different things. For example, you had pieces of cow and davar acher and a pig mixed inside. Pig and cow, it's not the same. Okay? The taste and everything, it's not the same. Now Rava said like that. Min b'she'eno mino betama, min b'mino beruba. Rava said like that. If you have, we are talking about, we're now at the beginning, till the halacha, we will have another steps to go. But right now, we're learning what the Gemara said. And Rava said like that. Rava said, if you have a mixture of min b'she'eno mino, meaning the kosher and the non-kosher thing are not the same thing. Okay? You can give any example you want. It can be, like I said, cow with a pig, a kosher cow, a kosher meat of a cow with a pig. It can be any other option you want. When they're mixed and there are two different things, how we know if it's kosher or not? We're going by the taste. Okay? How Rava got to that? Because we learned the Gemara before that if there is a taste of an unkosher thing, we learned from the Nazir, from the Torah, that if there is a taste of an unkosher thing inside, it's make it not kosher. So Rava said it's very simple. Go to a non-Jew, tell him you want to eat the rice, you have a rice and shrimps fall inside when you cooked it. Now you don't know if it's kosher or not. Very simple. Go to a non-Jewish person, tell him, can you taste the rice? If it will tell you, look, there is a taste of a shrimp, you're not allowed to eat it. If there is no taste of a shrimp, you're allowed to eat it. This is about min b'she'eno mino. Okay? Or you cooked, meat for a Shabbat of a cow, a piece of a pig fall inside. You don't know if the rest is kosher or not. Go to a non-Jewish person, tell him, can you taste the meat, the cow? If he will tell you, look, there is a taste, I'm tasting a taste of a pig, no good. It's not kosher. If he tell you, I don't taste anything, I don't know, yeah, it's a cow, this is what I'm tasting, you can eat it, you feel it's just a cow, it's okay. This is simple, or almost simple, because we are talking about min b'she'eno mino, when the kosher and the non-kosher thing are two different tastes. But what will be the case if it's min b'mino? I cooked cow, kosher one, and a piece of a non-kosher one that was slaughtered not properly or was not checked the lungs and I don't know, so on, and it's not kosher, it's mixed. Now, I can taste it because even if I will give a non-Jew to taste it, he will don't feel anything. He will just taste a cow. It's the same. So what we're doing in these kind of things, so it will be nullified by the majority. I think this is how you say it. Meaning, if the majority of it is a kosher, it's okay. This is what Rava said. If the majority are kosher and less than the majority is the not kosher, it's okay. This is what Rava said in Masechet Zvachim. So this is one source from the oral law, from the Gemara, from the Talmud. about those situations. Now we have another sources from the Gemara that say different thing before we'll go to the halacha. So first of all, Rava, very simple and also very lenient. Rava said, I am repeating, Rava said, if it's the same taste, you go by the majority. The majority is kosher, that's it. If it's not the same taste, so taste it. No, not you, goy can taste it. If there is a taste of the non-kosher thing, don't eat it. If there is no taste of the non-kosher thing, you can eat it. Okay? Till here it's clear? Yeah? Good. Now another source from Masechet Avodah Zarah, Ayin Gimel Amud Bet is 73, the second page. רב ושמואל דאמרת רביו, כל איסורים שבתורה במינן במשהו, שלא במינן בנותן טעם. רבי יוחנן וריש לקיש דאמרת רביו, כל איסורים שבתורה בין במינן בין שלא במינן בנותן טעם. So here Rav Shmuel said that if it's the same thing, במשהו. I don't know here exactly what is mashu right now, but he said like that. If it's not the same taste, taste it, and if there is no taste of the non-kosher thing, it's nullified. But if it's the same taste, meaning you have a kosher meat with a non-kosher meat that mix, before, and the first source we said that Rava said you go by the majority. If the majority is kosher, that's it, it's enough. But Rav Shmuel said no. If it's the same taste, it's not nullified even if you have just a little bit of non-kosher thing. If you have majority of kosher, a little bit of non-kosher, but it's the same taste, you never know if you got the taste of the non-kosher or not, you're not allowed to eat it. Okay? This is Rav Shmuel. So basically, we can say that we have a, how do you say in English, when you have a contradiction, you call it? Yeah, thank you very much. We can say something like there is a contradiction. One source says that in a case of the same taste, we go by the majority, and the other source says that we go by, that if it's the same taste, even if the majority is kosher, you're not allowed to eat it. So Daran is one of the Rishonim, like 800 years ago. He said like that. He said, אמרו רבנן ברובה, ופרשי אינה תאמין במינו ברובה, ואין מילה מדאורייתא, אבל מדרבנן, בין שנתערב גופו ונבלל, בין שאין שם אלא פליטתו, בשישים. Daran explained like that. Daran said, look, from the Torah, you go by the majority. Okay? Meaning, according to the law of the Oraita, if you have two pieces of a kosher meat, one piece of a non-kosher meat, they are the same taste. It's mixed, according to the Torah, is nullified. But our sages, Chazal, made a fence, and they say that in that case, when it's not the same taste, you go by 160. Okay? It's clear? Good. I wrote to myself though that this word and I forgot. Okay, doesn't matter. Now I will, like, there is another, there is more, how to say, ideas here and so on, but I will jump at the other. I just want to bring the most famous to understand what is Tam Keikar, and I will jump to the Shulchan Aruch. The Shulchan Aruch said like that. The Shulchan Aruch in Yoreh De'ah Kuf Tet, Seif Aleph, it's like chapter, I think you say 109, Seif, the first Seif. חתיכה שאינה ראויה להתכבד, שנתערבה באחרות, מין במינו יבש ביבש, חד בתרי בטיל. So the Shulchan Aruch said like that. Like I told you, when it goes to the halacha lemaaseh, if a case like that happened to you, ask before, because there is many other details, but it's slowly to bring us to a situation that we're understanding what is the logic behind of those kind of things. For example, there is another law that says, Chazal made a fence and they said, Chaticha reuya litkabed is not nullified. What does mean Chaticha reuya litkabed? if you have a piece of a non-kosher thing that itself, like it is right now, you can give it to a guest, it's ready, Chazal said this is not nullified. Okay, if you have a piece of something that it's not something that you can give to a guest, and it's mixed, you go by the laws of mixing, like we said before. But Chazal said if it's a piece of something that, let's say you had a steak that come from a non-kosher restaurant, it's good, and this is mixed with few other steaks of kosher one, this is not nullified because it's considered חתיכה ראויה להתכבד. So the Shulchan Aruch said if it's not חתיכה ראויה להתכבד, so if it's a case of חתיכה ראויה להתכבד, it's a different subject, a different thing. We are talking about normal non-kosher thing, not something important, that was mixed and it's solid, like I mean dry, I think this is the word, and you have this dry pieces. You have two pieces of a kosher meat, one piece of a non-kosher meat. They are dry. They look the same. They taste the same. One of them not kosher, two of them kosher. They mix together. You don't know the difference between them. The Shulchan Aruch rules is that it's okay if it's mixed by a mistake, not by a purpose of anyone, and the majority is kosher. So it's you said it. It's a ratio. This is a new word I learned. So it's ratio 1:2, like by the majority. This is according to Shulchan Aruch. The Rama said, וכל זה כשנתערב במינו, אבל שלא במינו ואינו מכירו, אפילו יבש ביבש צריך 60. The Shulchan Aruch, so the Rama explained that this case of going by the majority, like for the halakha, is just if they are the same taste. If they're not the same taste, so we need 160. Because if not, we will have the taste of the less than 160. So normally you do have the taste of the non-kosher thing. Okay? So I will do a small repetition. Okay, the Shulchan Aruch. If it's something that is dry, is pieces of something, you go by its ratio by the majority. And if it's like, how to say, if it's liquid, or if it's not the same taste, meaning min b'she'eno mino, you go by the taste, and it means approximately 160. Okay? For the bottom line, many say that we don't say going by the taste because some hold that you need to go to a professional person, like it should be a non-Jew, but a professional that know like to recognize taste, because people that are not used to cook or not care so much about those kind of things, if you give them something that they even can't tell you what was inside, like for example, give a person that has no knowledge about those kind of things, he will take a bite, he never know what spices you put, what you put inside, he just can tell you it's tasty or not tasty, and that's it. So many said that you need to have somebody that is professional, and it goes to how you know if he is professional or not. So some said go by 160 generally, and that's it, because they assume that 160, if it's less than 160, so except of spices and stuff like that, that has a different rule. If it's like a normal piece of something and it's full and it's less than 160 and you took it out, so that you will not have a taste. Now we will go to the Shulchan Aruch that talks about mixing of vessels. Okay, so we understood that if we have a taste of the non-kosher thing, it's a problem. According to many, it's also a deoraita problem. It's a deoraita prohibition. Just a second, I will drink. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו. Okay. Now, what will be the case if we had non-kosher, not non-kosher, chalavi, milk, a dairy vessel, and you use it for a meat, פלשיק, תבשיל. I'm like cooking. So when you cook food, I don't know how the word, or I forgot. I'm really tired also. So the Shulchan Aruch said like that. The Shulchan Aruch יורד היה צדיק ד' and say like that. התוכב כף חולבת בקדרה של בשר או איפכה, בשערים בכל מה שנדחב ממנו בקדרה. So the Shulchan Aruch said if you took dairy spoon, for example, and you mix the meat food on the fire, so we ratio it, I think, by the size of the vessel that you put inside the food. Okay? Or the opposite, okay, or vice versa. If it was the opposite, you took a meat spoon, you put it in a milk pot or something, is the same case. So the Shulchan Aruch said that to know the 160, we take the vessel, the size of the vessel you put inside. If this size is less than 160 of the volume of the whole food you mixed, it's okay. I'll read the Shulchan Aruch. אם יש 60 לבטל הכף, הקדרה והתבשיל מותרים, אבל הכף אסור, בין אם בשר, בין אם חלב, לפי שהיא בלועה מבשר בחלב. ואם אין 60, הכל אסור בהנאה, אפילו הקדרה, אך מותר לתת לתוכה פירות או צונן, כיוון שאינו נהנה מגוף האיסור. Here is the halakha that weird for people, for some people, before you learn it, it can sound weird for people. So if you take, let's go to our situation. You cooked meat in your pot, and by a mistake, instead of, mixing it with a meat spoon or something, you took the dairy one, and you mix it. Okay? So, normally, we have the size of the spoon you put inside is less than 160 than all the pot you cooked. Normally. Right? Much, much, much less. Like a pot can be a big pot, normal pot, and you have like this size of a spoon, and also it's not so thick, it's thin, and you mix it, so it's less than 160. So the Shulchan Aruch said like that. The food is okay, because even if the taste of the milk went out, and even if we will say that all the spoon was the milk, because we don't know how much milk we have in the spoon, so we think that we take the most severe one, and we say that it's like all the size of the vessel that entered the like all the size of the spoon that enter the food. Let's say even if we said this side of the spoon, if it's less than 160, so okay, let's say it was a milk, even though it's not, but let's say it was a real milk, this side, it's nullified, right? Because it's less than 160. So the Shulchan Aruch said, the food will be okay, the pot will be okay, but the spoon is not kosher, because the spoon do not have 160 to itself, meaning this spoon has milk inside, a little bit of meat. It's observed a little bit of meat. The amount of the milk and the amount of the meat that was observed, we don't know if there is 160 there. Okay, inside the spoon itself, inside the vessel of the little bit of what observed. So the spoon is not kosher. You need to kosher it. Okay, in the hot water, and like the halachot of achsharat kelim. But the food itself, it's kosher. Okay? Clear? Okay. איפה האוכל של האישה שלי? You don't miss the food of Ruth. Okay. Here the Shulchan Aruch said another important thing. אך מותר לתת לתוכה פירות או צונן כיוון שאינו נהנה מגוף האיסור. So if it's become not kosher, the pot itself, let's say if it has less than 160, so everything become not kosher. So the pot itself, you're allowed to put you asking me? I am in Brazil, Sao Paulo, right now. Brazil, yeah. And people here don't speak English so much, by the way, if it's important for you to know. They speak Portuguese, and I don't know, I tried a few Spanish words I know, it's worked. I don't know. I just know how to say agua, no gas. It's not Portuguese, I'm pretty sure. Worked. It's good? Good. Okay.
Very good accent, too.
Thank you very much. And my last name is Barzilai, so I think it was weird for some people here. Like it's almost like Brazil, my last name. First time in Brazil with this last name. And you know what? Maybe I will share with you a little bit that happened for me right now and also brought me to be late. I traveled in so many countries in the world, and I have been in many, many communities. Here, there is a huge Sephardi community, Knesset Mekol Chaim, and there is also another Ashkenazi Hasidim and few communities, few kosher places, everything nearby. And I went there. I sent my passport before. I have an Israeli passport. I look Jewish, I think. I speak Hebrew. I tried to go in. They were the hardest I met ever. He told me, who told me you're not an Arab? I tell him, look, you're talking with me in Hebrew. Because they brought the beginning, I sent it. They said, look, we need it. It will take time. I wait a few hours. They didn't approve it. And I want to go for Arvit. And there is a guy there. He speaks Hebrew pretty good. And I don't know. I tried to convince him. He looked at all my passport, started to ask me question why I have been in Turkey. Who said I'm not an Arab? I told him, look, let's talk about something in Torah, and that's it. If you don't believe me, I have an Israeli passport. I have an Israeli name. What do you want? He told me, no, I'm not Talmid Chacham. I'm Am Haaretz. I told him, okay, so what do you want me to do? At the end, he said, okay. He let me went in to the synagogue for praying Arvit. He stayed with me the whole time near me. And I prayed we came late. I prayed for the 10 minutes. And after that, he came with me to the other place when I wanted to buy. He told me, okay, I will be with you. They will let you in. If not, they will not. And he said, if somebody will let everybody in without permission, he will be fired or something like that. I told him, I just want to know for next time. Like, it was really weird to me because in all the places I was, they will ask you a question. They will realize everything okay. And that's it. But here, I don't know. When he started telling me stories about the embassy in Argentina 30 years ago that was blown. And the funny thing is that none of them has a gun, like in Canada. And the person that he's keeping there, he is like 50 something or 60. And in my mind, I thought, I don't know if they will face a really Israeli problem. I think a terrorist with a gun he just opened the door. When you open the door, you just shoot them and you go in. I don't know, but I just shared with you. It was very weird for me talking with them for almost 20 minutes. And like I said, I sent the passport, everything before, like a few hours before, not a few days before, a few hours. And I don't know. And they had like a huge Jewish community, like Orthodox and everything. They have kollel, they have like learning, they have everything. Okay, so the Gemara. Now I will go to another source for vessel. If a person took a meat vessel with and he cooked inside a milk or vice versa, so the oral law said benoten ta, meaning if there is a taste of the non-kosher thing or the mixture, it's not kosher. If there is no taste, it's okay. This is what the oral law said. Let's say you cooked cholent with meat inside, and this vessel was dairy. You give a non-Jew to taste it. If he don't taste the taste of the dairy, it's okay. This is what the oral law said. The Shulchan Aruch also said the same. He said that we're going by Noten Tam, Tzadik Gimel, Tzadik Gimel Seif Aleph. וזה בתנאי שזה בן יומו. Now, I want to explain what is Ben Yomo. Ben Yomo is a famous thing, or I need to explain, right? Ben Yomo, Ben Yomo. So, sorry, before, I think I will say another thing about that. When we said taste, when we learned about Tam Keikar, we learned that the oral law tells us, I understood from the writing law, that if you got a taste of a non-kosher inside your kosher thing, according to many, it's a deoraita prohibition. Okay, you cooked meat, there is milk inside, and you can taste the milk, or you cooked rice with shrimps, and when you ate the rice, you have a taste of a shrimp. So it's not kosher. We're going by the taste. Now, this is called noten tam. We said tam keikar. We go by the taste. And if the taste is not kosher, it's like you eat the thing itself. This is what we learn. Now, there is something that's called noten tam lifgam. Natlap, we say berashet tevot. It means that all this halachot that says that if the taste is mixed, it's not kosher, is just if the non-kosher has a good taste. Okay? If the non-kosher do not have a good taste, according to some, it's not deoraita, and according to others, maybe it's even mutar. Maybe it's even mutar 100%. I don't want to go to that. But all these cases of mixture talks about when the non-kosher brought a good taste to the kosher thing. But for example, if you had a piece of something that was rotten, like few days past, have a bad smell, just fox will eat it, and this not kosher smelly things fall inside your kosher thing, doesn't make it not kosher because it's have no good taste. Or even more than that, let's say you had but I'm just giving an example, and this example can be changed, depends on the culture. But in my view, I hope you agree with me, if you cut mango with a knife that you didn't you cut with a knife meat or chicken, you didn't wash it, and you cut with that mango, and a little bit of the taste of the meat went to the mango. Okay? In my view, it's considered noten tam lifgam, meaning it didn't brought a good taste to the mango, it just did a worse thing. This is called noten tam lifgam. Noten tam lifgam can be even mutar. It's not 100% that it's asur at all, because you brought a non-good taste to that. When you brought all what I talked before, it's in a case of noten tam lashevach, when the non-kosher thing brought you good taste to the kosher thing you eat. But if it's a not good taste, it's mutar. Okay? Again, I'm not saying halacha lema'aseh right now. I want us to get the terms, so when it will go to a real situation, ask, because it's impossible to cover all the details. I want to get the understanding of how the things works, all the terms. So we learned about tam keikar. If we have a taste of the non-kosher thing in our food, it's like we ate the non-kosher thing. And I said that it should be tam lashevach. It should be a good taste. But if it's a bad taste, it's okay. And now we will understand. Now we'll understand what is meant ben yomo. So. Just a second. Now, what is ben yomo? Ben yomo means when you cooked something in this pot today, in the last 24 hours, according to most interpretations. Meaning, we learned just now that even if we had a taste of the non-kosher thing inside our food, if these tastes are a bad taste, it's not prohibited. It's okay. Now, let's think about that. Let's say that the vessel observed the taste. I'm not going to the halacha lema'aseh. The custom is to act with that as a non-kosher, but we will need to think about that a lot. It can be a other shiur, because nowadays some of the vessel are are very good, so they're not observing so much taste. So today we don't feel it so much, but just think about a middle that was not, קוראים לזה מתכת לא מחוסנת בעברית, when the middle didn't went to a very high level temperature and all the things they're doing today to the middle, that the middle not will observe taste and bacteria and so on and so on. But now, before, back in the days, they didn't have those kind of things. Until now, if you go to cheap place in developed countries in the world, and so they had a taste. The vessel observed taste. We're talking about that. Now, let's say the vessel observed the taste. Okay, we said you have a vessel of a meat, and you cooked with that dairy. Our problem is that the vessel observed the meat, and now when you cook dairy inside, the dairy got a taste of a meat. Okay, but we said that it's only a problem if it's brought a good taste. If it's brought a rotten taste, it's not a problem. Okay, this is called what we said, noten ta'am nifga. Now, if you cooked meat in a pot and more than 24 hours passed, Chazal said that normally these tastes are not a good taste anymore, meaning it's not fresh at all. A lot of time passed, and definitely if it's few days, and even if it's brought a taste, most likely it will be a bad taste because a lot of time passed. Okay? This is what means ben yomo and not ben yomo. Ben yomo, it means in the same day. So if you cook in the same day, maybe it will bring a good taste. But if you cooked in past a day or two or a week or a month, even if, let's say, some taste is observed inside, this taste will not longer will have a good impact, a good taste. Okay? This is why we have a difference halachically between a vessel that we cooked today, this is called ben yomo, and a vessel that we didn't cook with that today, and a few days passed. Okay? Somebody has a question? Or understanding or something? Polak, you good? Okay. So to continue to another subject, I just feel that it's a lot. I want to go to what is not barnat, what is noten tam, bar noten tam, and I just want to make sure that we understood what is tam keika, what is means that the taste is like the thing. Yeah, I want to, yeah. But put your thing. Oh, Stanley, you talk with us? No.
Hello?
Okay.
No, they're going to start mincha here in about 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
For the shiva.
For the shiva. Okay. So I will continue to what's called nat barnat. So first of all, we learned that from the Torah, according to many, we learned how it comes from the Torah. If you got the taste of the non-kosher thing to your kosher food, it's prohibited. Easy example, we had we cooked shrimps in a rice pot. A person ate the rice had a taste of a shrimp. This is called noten tam. The shrimps brought a flavor, a taste to the rice, okay? But what is noten tam, bar noten tam, or in short, we call it nat barnat? It's when you cooked a shrimp in a pot.
I think you froze. Did you lose connection, Rabbi? Maybe he's signing back in.
He's not here anymore, so
Maybe he'll sign back in.
yeah.
I just messaged him to see if he lost the connection.
Yeah, I see that he lost connection because it's only one ring. He'll try now again. If not, I think we'll, give up.
Hello, it's work? You can hear me?
Yes.
I don't know if it's my connection.
Okay, because of connection problems, look at the group. Please, Eliahu send their messages. Okay. So I think we'll give up on the Zoom.
שומעים אותי? לא, נכון?
We'll answer on the group. What is it? Okay. Bye bye.